Men, let's get one thing straight. Women are not simple creatures. They don't respond to superficial techniques or cheap tricks. If you want to ignite real, lasting desire in a woman, both sexually and emotionally, you need to go deeper. You need to understand her on a level that most men don't even bother to explore. This isn't about throwing compliments or showing off your muscles. It's about knowing how to get into her mind, her heart, and yes, her body, in a way that leaves her thinking about you long after you're gone. What follows are 12 things that will drive a woman crazy with desire, and if you get these right, she won't just want you sexually, she'll crave you emotionally. Are you ready to step up your game and become the man who can not only turn heads but also captivate hearts? Then listen up. 1. Be unpredictable. The power of keeping her guessing. Women crave excitement and mystery. If you're predictable, she'll eventually lose interest. Boring kills desire. It's not enough to be dependable, you need to be someone who keeps her guessing. Women love when a man can surprise them, whether it's with your next move, your sense of humor, or how you handle different situations. Unpredictability stirs curiosity, and curiosity fuels attraction. So, if you've been doing the same old routine, it's time to switch things up. Stop texting at the same time every day. Stop being too available. Make her work to figure out your next move. That keeps her mind on you, wondering when she'll hear from you again or what you'll do next. And don't mistake this for playing games. There's a difference between being playful and being a manipulative jerk. Unpredictability isn't about confusing her. It's about keeping her engaged and never letting the dynamic go stale. 2. Confidence without arrogance. The balance that women crave. Confidence is sexy. Arrogance is a turn-off. There's a fine line between the two, and if you want to drive a woman wild with desire, you need to walk that line perfectly. Confidence comes from knowing who you are, being comfortable in your own skin, and not needing validation from her or anyone else. It's about owning your space, speaking with authority, and handling situations with ease. Women can sense when a man is truly confident versus when he's just putting on a show. But here's the catch: don't be a cocky jerk. Women hate that. Arrogance screams insecurity. Real confidence is quiet, it's in your demeanor, the way you carry yourself, and the way you listen to her without feeling the need to one-up or dominate the conversation. Confidence should feel like strength, not control. When you master this balance, you become the guy she thinks about even when you're not around. You become the man she wants to impress. 3. Play with tension. How to build sexual chemistry. You need to understand this. Tension is everything when it comes to desire. The best way to create intense sexual chemistry with a woman is to build tension and then hold it. Don't rush into physical contact, tease her. Use the power of anticipation to keep her wanting more. When you're close to her, get just a little closer than usual, but don't touch. Let her feel your presence. Let her want it. It's that moment right before something happens, that moment of expectation, that drives a woman crazy. She'll be thinking, is he going to kiss me? But you pull back slightly, making her want it even more. Anticipation builds desire. Don't be in a hurry to get physical. Let her mind do the work, and when you finally break that tension, the spark will be explosive. 4. Understand her emotional complexity. Tap into her inner desires. If you think desire is only physical, you're missing half the equation. Women are emotionally complex, and if you want to truly drive her crazy with desire, you have to understand and tap into that complexity. She wants to feel like you get her in a way that most men don't. Ask questions that dig deeper into who she is, what drives her, what she fears, and what excites her. When a woman feels understood on an emotional level, it creates a deep connection, and that connection will fuel her physical desire for you. Emotional attraction is just as important as physical attraction, if not more. You're not just another guy trying to get into her pants, you're the one who sees her, really sees her. That's powerful, and it's something she won't forget. 5. Use humor to break barriers and create intimacy. Humor is one of the most underrated weapons in seduction. Make her laugh and you're halfway there. Laughter breaks down barriers and allows a woman to let her guard down. But don't go overboard. There's a difference between being funny and being the class clown. The key is to use humor to create intimacy, to connect, and to lighten the mood when things get intense. A well-timed joke can turn an awkward moment into a bonding experience, and that's when real connections happen. But here's the kicker: humor also builds sexual tension. When you can joke about certain things in a flirtatious way, it creates an energy that pulls her closer to you. It makes her feel comfortable but also intrigued. Don't be afraid to be playful, and don't be afraid to tease her a little bit. Playful teasing creates sparks, and sparks are exactly what you need to ignite desire. 6. Be present. How to use focus to intensify her desire. When you're with a woman, be there 100%. Nothing kills attraction faster than distraction. If you're constantly checking your phone, looking around the room, or letting your mind wander, she'll notice. And once she does, she'll feel like she's not important enough to hold your attention. That's a massive turn-off. On the other hand, when you're fully present, listening intently, engaging with her, and making her feel like she's the only person in the room, you create an intimate connection that sparks desire. Women are drawn to men who make them feel seen and heard. Be the guy who makes her feel like she's the center of your universe in that moment. It's rare, and when she feels that, her desire for you will grow. Focus on her completely and watch the magic happen. 7. Be vulnerable, but not weak, show her depth. Vulnerability is something most men are terrified of showing, but let me tell you this. Being vulnerable is a game changer. Women don't just want a strong, confident guy. They want a man who can also show his softer, more vulnerable side when the moment is right. It's that depth, that mix of strength and vulnerability, that drives women wild. But here's the trick, you can't let vulnerability turn into weakness. There's a difference. Being vulnerable means showing her who you really are, your fears, your passions, your insecurities, but doing it in a way that still makes her feel safe with you. It's about sharing something personal, but not dumping your emotional baggage on her. Vulnerability builds trust, and trust is the foundation of emotional and sexual desire. Be real, be raw, but stay grounded in your confidence. 8. Control the frame. Lead without being controlling. Women love a man who takes charge, but there's a fine line between leading and being controlling. Control the frame of the interaction without controlling her. What does that mean? It means being decisive, making plans, and leading the conversation, but always respecting her autonomy and individuality. Women are attracted to men who know what they want and go for it, but they also want to feel that they have a choice. It's about being assertive without being overbearing. Say things like, "We're going to do this," but leave room for her input. When you master this balance, you become the guy who can guide the dynamic in a way that makes her feel safe, but also excited by your leadership. Women are drawn to men who lead with confidence, but who also make them feel like equals. Take control, but don't take away her power. 9. Touch with intention. How physical contact can create emotional impact. Touch is one of the most primal ways to communicate desire, but most men get it wrong. It's not about the quantity of touch, it's about the quality. Every touch should have intention behind it. Whether it's a light brush on her arm or a more intimate touch, make sure she feels your presence in that moment. Women are incredibly in tune with their bodies, and they can sense when a touch is rushed, awkward, or meaningless. The secret is to be present in your touch. Let her feel the weight of it. Let her know through that touch that you desire her, but also that you respect her boundaries. A well-placed touch can send shivers down her spine and make her heart race. Don't overdo it, just enough to keep her wanting more. 10. Leave her wanting more. The art of leaving space for desire. One of the biggest mistakes men make is giving too much too soon. You need to leave space for her desire to grow. If you're always available, always giving her everything right away, she'll take you for granted. The key to making a woman desire you both sexually and emotionally is to give her just enough, but never too much. Keep some mystery. Be available, but not all the time. Leave a conversation or an encounter at its peak, before things start to taper off. When you leave her wanting more, she'll spend time thinking about you, wondering what's next, and that anticipation builds desire. Let her imagination do some of the work for you. Keep her hungry for more and she'll always come back. 11. Balance sentiment with seduction. How to be romantic and irresistible. Women want both, romance and raw desire. You don't have to choose between being a hopeless romantic or a seducer. Be both. Know when to switch between sweet and seductive. There's power in showing affection, but there's also power in being a little wild. A woman will be drawn to a man who can treat her with care, but also isn't afraid to let his passion show. Take her out for a romantic dinner, but also let her see the fire in your eyes when you're close. Women crave that balance, the safety and warmth of emotional intimacy combined with the thrill of sexual tension. Mastering this balance makes you irresistible. 12. Challenge her. Make her work for your attention. Lastly, and this is crucial, don't make it too easy for her. If you want a woman to desire you emotionally and sexually, she has to feel that your attention and affection are something to be earned. Don't be too available. Women are wired to respond to challenges, to men who keep them on their toes. If you're always there, always agreeable, always giving in, she'll lose respect and eventually desire. Create a bit of a challenge. Make her work for your attention. When she feels like she has to put in effort to keep you engaged, her desire for you will grow exponentially. It's human nature. We value what we work for. Make her chase you a little and watch as her attraction skyrockets. Now you've got the blueprint. 12 things that will drive women crazy with desire, both sexually and emotionally. You have the power to step up and be the man that leaves a lasting impression, not just another guy she forgets the next day. But here's the thing, you have to take action. Knowing isn't enough. Start implementing these techniques and see how quickly things shift in your favor. If you think you understood what's been laid out here, prove it. Drop a comment below, tell me which technique resonated with you the most or which one you've already tried. Don't just listen, get out there and start becoming the man that women can't stop thinking about.